Have you ever wondered what nonverbal cues your pet might be giving off? Stay tuned as we unearth a few surprising behaviors that may disclose your dog's true thoughts. But before we begin, make sure to like and subscribe if you love your dog. Number 6. Hiding. When a dog hides, it's usually an obvious indication of stress, fear, or anxiety. Dogs may hide in isolated areas to get away from perceived dangers and overstimulating situations. There are many different reasons people might hide, such as strange or loud noises, shifts in routine, or change in social dynamics. Some dogs are more introverted by nature, and they might hide when they're uncomfortable. It is important to identify the specific triggers that cause your dog to hide. To solve this, make a cozy and secure area in your house where your dog can hide out when necessary. Provide a safe haven in the form of a comfortable bed or crate in a peaceful location. Use control and gradual exposure to the triggering stimuli for your dog, as well as positive reinforcement such as praise and treats to help your dog associate positive experiences. A routine that is well established and provides sufficient mental and physical stimulation can also help a dog become less nervous and more self-assured. Consult with a veterinarian or a professional dog behaviorist for advice if hiding continues or gets worse. They can assist in determining the root cause of the problem and create a customized strategy to reduce your dog's stress and foster a happier and healthier bond. Number 5. Withdrawal from activities. A dog retreating from activities it used to enjoy with its owner raises serious questions about the dog's mental health. Dogs are social animals by nature. They thrive on the relationship and experiences they share with people. As a result, a discernible retreat from activities points to a substantial change in the nature of the relationship between humans and dogs. This alteration in behavior can take many forms. When it arrives at things that used to excite the dog, it could act hesitantly or show disinterest. For example, if the pet used to look forward to playtime, walks, and other activities with you, then their sudden avoidance or reluctance becomes noticeable. There could be a number of reasons behind this withdrawal. It might be a reaction to unpleasant experiences, discomfort that it felt, or its uneasiness with the owner. Dogs are sensitive to both their surroundings and the feelings of people around them, so any conflict or strain in the home can have an impact on how they behave. It's critical to look at the underlying cause for this withdrawal, take into account any possible adjustments to the dog's surroundings, health, or general well-being. It might be essential to see a veterinarian in order to figure out any underlying medical conditions as well. The dog's modified response may also be explained by a close analysis of recent alterations to the home or the owner's actions. Rebuilding trust will take time, understanding, and patience to deal with this change in behavior. Restoring the bond can involve spending some quality time with the dog, using positive reinforcement, and progressively reintroducing fun activities. A happier and healthier attachment between the dog and the human can be achieved by recognizing and reacting to these subtle signs of withdrawal. Number 4. Changes in eating habit. An important clue to the underlying feelings of anxiety or discontent in the human-dog bond can be a noticeable shift in the dog's eating patterns. Dogs are accustomed to their routines and habits, especially when it pertains to eating. Therefore, any noticeable change in their eating habits needs to be carefully considered. Modification in a dog's eating habits may take many different forms. For example, a dog that used to eat with great enthusiasm can now show signs of hesitancy or lack of appetite. This change in behavior is more than just a matter of food preference. It may indicate a problem with the dog's emotional health. There could be a number of reasons behind this shift. Because they are perceptive animals, dogs can be affected emotionally by changes in the routine, the home environment, or even the owner's attitude. When determining the reason behind the shift in eating habits, it's important to consider the possibility that stress, anxiety, or discomfort is the cause of the lack of appetite. It becomes essential to take the dog to the vet to figure out any underlying medical conditions that might be influencing its appetite. After medical issues are resolved, the focus can then shift to a psychological component. Dogs and their owners frequently develop close emotional ties, and any stress in this bond may show up in the way that they eat. It is essential to re-establish trust and a favorable connection with meals. Dogs can gradually regain interest in eating by feeding them in a peaceful, nurturing environment, giving them tasty, nourishing foods, and using positive reinforcement. Comprehending a dog's conduct during mealtime provides owners with an invaluable insight into its emotional realm, enabling them to handle any issues with understanding. Number 3. Aggression. When a dog starts acting aggressively, it's a complicated and alarming indication that requires careful consideration from pet owners. Aggression in dogs is usually a reaction to feeling scared, threatened, or uneasy. When aggression occurs without any obvious reason, there may be a problem with the dog's emotional state in relation to its owner. Aggression that isn't explained can be growling, snapping, and even attacking. These behaviors are signs of distress, and figuring out what's causing them is important for the dog's well-being as well as the safety of the people around it. A close eye of the dog's surroundings, social interactions, and any current routine change are frequently necessary in order to pinpoint the triggers for aggression in dogs. Whether brought on by an injury or a deeper medical condition, pain or discomfort can make dogs defensive. An increased risk of anxiety and a tendency towards aggression may also be brought on by traumatic experiences in the past or by a lack of socialization. To exclude any possible medical conditions that might be causing the aggressive behavior, a comprehensive veterinary examination is necessary. After taking care of the physical health, attention can be turned to emotional and behavioral issues. Seeking advice from a qualified dog behaviorist or instructor can offer significant insights into the psychological aspects involved. A dog that is acting aggressively but has no apparent reason needs to be rehabilitated with time, effort, and a dedication to positive reinforcement. Establishing security and trust are crucial. The dog's responses can be reshaped through gradual exposure to beneficial encounters, controlled surroundings, and the reinforcement of calm behavior. It's critical that dog owners approach the matter with empathy and be prepared to put in the time and energy necessary to comprehend and meet their companion's emotional needs. By doing this, owners can help cultivate a relationship with their pet that is healthier. Number 2. Lack of affection. One of the most poignant signs of a possible strain in the human-dog relationship is a dog that shows sign of neglect or affection when the dog's once present excitement for interaction wanes. Dogs are social creatures by nature, and they thrive on their owner's company and constructive interaction. Consequently, a dog's decreased desire to show affection or seek attention should raise red flags and force a closer look at the dynamics among the pet and its owner. Dogs usually have a variety of cues to show their affection, like wagging their tails, chasing after their owners, or acting happy when they see them. A substantial alteration in this behavior indicates a change in the emotional behavior. A dog that is not paying attention may avoid making eye contact, ignore cues or calls, or just appear uninterested in activities that used to excite them. This behavioral shift could be caused by a number of factors. Dogs are extremely sensitive to the emotional climate in their environment, so any strain, stress, or irregularity may affect how they react. The way a dog perceives its relationship with its owner can also be affected by alterations in the owner's routine, way of life, or level of attention. To address this neglect, a more subtle strategy is needed. The first steps are to spend quality time with the dog in activities that he or she enjoys, to positively reinforce desired behaviors, and to establish a consistent and encouraging environment. It is equally important to identify and address any possible stressors or shifts that may have precipitated the shift. The first step in fixing this problem is establishing or restoring trust. Owners can try to rebuild a loving and positive relationship with their dog by being aware of and sensitive to their emotional needs. Number 1. Changes in body language. Have you noticed nervous posture, tucked tails, or flattened ears? These subtle changes in body language frequently function as nonverbal cues of underlying emotional stress, providing important insights into the complex realm of canine communication. Dogs mostly communicate through their bodies, so any noticeable shifts in their stances or facial expressions should be carefully observed. For example, flattened ears may indicate fear or submission, indicating that the dog is uncomfortable or uneasy in specific circumstances. In a similar vein, a tucked tail may indicate nervousness or a reaction to perceived threats, a need for security and a safe haven. A dog that is tense in its posture may appear stiff or rigid, which is typically a sign of increased stress or even a defensive position. It takes careful observation and knowledge of the context where these subtle cues appear to be able to interpret them. A person's behavior, environmental changes, new stimuli, or changes in the owner's attitude can all cause changes in body language. Dog owners can be extremely helpful in helping their pets adjust to these changes. Rebuilding trust and reducing anxiety in dogs can be achieved by creating a safe and comforting environment, rewarding calm behavior, and introducing potentially stressful situations gradually and patiently. By learning to read these nonverbal signs, we can better understand our dog friends and fortify the connection that is the cornerstone of a happy and satisfying relationship. Recognizing these subtle cues is essential to giving your dog the attention and assistance they need. Make sure you share your opinions and observations in the comments section. And if you like this video, find out the 8 things dogs hate about humans in the next video.